What is up, winning team? I am here because I wanted to get a few things off my chest again. I just made 2 videos I highly recommend. The first one, I was talking about Bonnie Blue and why I actually understand what she's doing and why she's doing it. And I think there's some validity to her reasoning, not to her actions, but her reasoning. And then in the next video, I talked about, how Jezebel is the thing keeping a lot of men single. And I've been thinking of you guys know all I've been thinking about altogether this whole time is this whole thing between the reason where everything went wrong, starting with Adam and Eve. And the reason why I want to make this video is because I'm really feeling so exhausted, and it's kind of sad because I was worried I would walk into the winning season exhausted. And that's kind of where I'm at, to be honest with you. And it's kind of a lot. Like, I'm happy that things are happening and everything, but I'm also just so tired because I've been in this fight, and it's insane to think about. Like, this is why I wanted to share this with you guys, because I just can't believe this. Like, I can't believe that my whole life has all come together to make sense now. My whole entire life has come together to make sense now. Like, literally, I went from, the sacrifice, right, which brought on the spirit of death, right? This is why I've never wanted to be alive in my entire life until this year. I've never had a will to live. And do you know what's actually sad about that? I was thinking about this earlier when I was watching the Cancelled podcast, and Tanner and Brooke were talking about why they're closing the podcast because they're not out doing crazy things. And they were like, they're not out doing crazy things because now they've got a wholesome life. And so now they have a will to live, and they literally said it like that. And I was thinking, that's so real, because that's kind of how I'm feeling now, where it's like, wow, this is so new and this feels so different. This life that I'm living, like I like feel like, I don't know how to explain it. And the crazy part is, guys, so I'll just describe it all to you how I'm seeing it, right? We have the spirit of death. I feel like it was death or Jezebel for me. As in, like, death to me or recruitment, and I become like Jezebel. Because I've even said to you guys that through all the things that I've been through and all the experiences that I've had with men, at least for the first part of my life, I got to the point after I got out of my relationship, right, which is a long time ago now, like years ago, thank the Lord. Where afterwards, I honestly had that thought of, do I just become like the most villainous woman ever? Because I actually could do it. You know what I mean? And so this whole time I've been like fighting within myself about, not fighting about that, but more so just fighting against these forces, like the devil trying to literally kill me or recruit me, kill me or recruit me, kill me or recruit me. So this is why I even think I keep having all these experiences with the male community that I've been talking about, I've been sharing more about, because I feel like he's trying to give me opportunities to take opportunities that are not the opportunities of the Lord, to then get me to get with these other guys and take advantage and cause villainy and cause destruction and cause all of these things, right? So this is what I've been fighting up against this entire time. And the reason I've looked crazy to others is because the jury of the sheeple has been under, and even in the church, have been under these spirits have been under this demonic oppression in themselves. So when I stand out and I speak up, of course the devil didn't want to let me make it this far in life, because me making it this far means that I'm the one who's going to figure out what he's doing because of how I am, because of my nature, because I'm just like someone like Jezebel, like, you know what I'm saying? Masterful at what I do, very highly intelligent. So yes, I don't just sit and know things. I have to study the Bible for myself. It's not good enough for me to hear the scriptures. I must study for myself. I must understand. I must do the research. I must do the scientific research, every type of research, so I can understand the best way to play the game of life. And so, yeah, I've been working really hard amongst feeling like this. And it's no wonder that as I'm going deeper and delving harder, that it's only gotten harder and harder for me to feel like, I was just thinking this when I was in the shower, right? I was thinking, I find being awake so tiring. I find being alive tiring. I think just being alive, just sitting here for me is exhausting. And it's because I've truly been in this battle. Like, I feel like since I gave my life to Christ when I was 7, I truly believe it's been this entire time I've just been fighting against all these things. like alone with no one even believing in half this stuff. And I just can't actually believe that I'm actually right after all of this, after all the pain, after every betrayal, every single time people have lied on my name, every single time I've been called the problem, I've been told I'm the one who needs to change, I'm the one who's always being critiqued. And then there was me chasing perfection my entire life, feeling like if I finally can do good enough and do good enough and do good enough, right? And it never was. Meanwhile, excuses are made for others. Meanwhile, excuses are being made for like these Jezebels in the world. These Jezebelic women, and it's even in the body of Christ. And now I'm seeing it and I'm understanding, because I realized, that what we have right now, the problem we really have in the body of Christ is a lack of leadership. And I even said in one of my, actually I didn't upload this video, but I went to this baptism on Sunday for this couple whose daughter is one of my students, right? But they'd had twin boys and they wanted to do a baby dedication, right? So I went to that, obviously cried like a baby throughout. And what stuck out to me that actually made me cry again, everything was making me cry in this experience. I've been crying a lot right now. And I think it's because I finally feel like I can, it's like I know for a fact that my experience has been real. Because this whole time, this entire time, all of these years, I just felt like this alien. I actually feel like a human for the first ever time. And I've been praying to the Lord that, like, God, I just want to feel like a human, and I just want humans to treat me as though I'm a human. And that's it. You know what I mean? Not some weird alien or whatever. Anyway, so at the very end of the service, they had this, because it's, it's like a Catholic church, this prayer for the vacancy. They don't have a leader. They don't have a leader. They don't have a church leader. This is in a white British Catholic church, right? Predominantly white. And so I'm looking everywhere we turn, and it's like we either have a lot of leaders who, to me, are under Jezebel again, because anything that is outside the will of the Lord, I feel like Jezebel's the whole thing with me figuring out this Adam and Eve thing and the layers that are being unpacked with it now, is that this division thing, it's not just about dividing men and women, but it's just about corrupting that perfect design that the Lord created. So that's why, again, a lot of these pastors, these preachers, these priests, all these, why are they interested in boys? Why do they have these secret affairs? Anything that's outside of what the Lord created is her angle. And because that's the same angle the devil has always had, which is why he was doing with Adam and Eve. And so for me to decide to delve into Adam and Eve and all this stuff, which, ironically speaking, I have a man to thank for. Hilarious. Literally. I mean, I have a man because he was the one who said I should make well, he didn't say to make the God versus science video, but I told him my idea about the law of entropy, and he was like, you should make a video. And here we are. Fast forward. Isn't that crazy? That one interaction, that's how much of a threat it is, right? Can you guys see what I'm trying to say here? I've thought about that so much. I'm like, that one statement, that one idea that I didn't have, and because of who was saying it and the way that, because of who it was, I was like, yep, I'm doing this research. And I went deep research, heavy. It's the most research I've done for a video. And if you guys remember, I'd even printed out the booklet with all the information. I'd split it into sections. You can watch, you've seen the video, and the book's going to come out as well. Can you imagine that? And so I'm really realizing in real time, like I'm not done none of this stuff I've been doing on purpose, but it's like the closer I've become to the Lord, the more I've just naturally found that I'm on the path, whatever path I'm supposed to be on. And honestly, that's why the kingdom of darkness is coming after me, because I'm actually one of the humans on the path I'm actually supposed to be on, which is actually creating me to be a threat to the kingdom of darkness. So that's why the kingdom of darkness is doing everything to take me out. Because, oh no, now she knows, now she gets it, because it's just like I'm saying, the layers are being added. Oh, Jezebel. That's why we're tolerating things in the body of Christ. That's why there's so much tolerance in the world. She loves to do everything to do with pride, the unrepentance. Because I told you the unrepentance part is the bit that's bewildering me the most right now. And you can see why it's happening. Because even in the world, let's look. Oh, P. Diddy's got off with a slap on the wrist, right? Because why? Let's be honest. Just the same reason like I was saying yesterday about why adults tolerate things. Why people tolerate things in the church. Because everybody's guilty. And I'm humble enough because I've not had the luxury of the favor of the jury of the sheeple my entire life. So I'm humble enough to just call out that I'm not perfect and that I make mistakes and that I'm a human that is guilty of some things, albeit not the heinous things, but like some of these people. But you get what I'm saying? Still guilty. And it's just like it all stems from that. So of course, me just going out, trying to be an honest woman, trying to seek out the Lord for real in an authentic way and not for the sake of showing off to others. You know what I mean? And also being a threat to the opposite kingdom or whichever kingdom I'm on, because I was always going to do damage in one of the kingdoms. That was the thing. When I tell you guys, I realized I was just trying to be recruited. I don't think a lot of people could have handled the degree of temptation I've experienced in this life. Temptation with everything: money, power, fame, opportunities, things I could do. I don't have to be here right now where I am. I don't have to be this tired. I'm here because I'm choosing to allow the Lord to lead my steps. And so when he jumps, I say, how high? And if he doesn't say jump, then I just stay. You know what I'm saying? All these opportunities that I could have had, that I've avoided. It's been such a tough journey. And I actually I was actually thinking I actually am so strong as a person. It's insane how strong I actually am to have just endured all of this by myself, to have kept going despite not even having a will to live and being under literal 24/7 spiritual battle. And to still have come out the other side, not making excuses, not trying to pretend I'm anything better than who I am, close to the Lord. How has that happened? It's just, anyway, that's why I wanted to talk to you guys, because I just feel everything's so emotional and I don't know how to feel, guys. But it just feels like something inside of me feels free. Was feeling freer, and I'm not used to it. And I'm actually it's freaking me out having a will to live. It's really scary. I miss when I didn't have a will to live, because then every day it was just I felt like I was the best agent of the Lord, because it's when somebody has nothing, literally nothing to lose. That's how I felt. I've got nothing to lose, so I may as well just live however and make risky choices and all this. And now it's now that I care, because of how things have changed, now I feel really vulnerable in a way, I guess, because now I care about having a tomorrow. Now the thought of death and dying is a really sensitive thought for me. It wasn't a sensitive thought before. You guys know, I talk about it casually. And someone who said it to me, my friend in Italy, she says, because I just casually say all the time, while we were talking, how I've been fighting the spirit of death my whole life. And she just was how do you just say that so casually? And I'm because that's just another day at the office. That's just how my life has been. It's not saying anything extreme to me. That's what was happening. That's what I was experiencing for 2 decades. There's nothing weird to me about it or extreme about what I said. And so it's so annoying. It's so annoying realizing now that wow, it's annoying, and it's I should be excited, guys, and I'll be honest, I'm really not excited, because I'm exhausted and I want the Lord to give me a break. I'm God, surely I've done enough to get a break now. Because I've been asking for him for a break for a very, very long time. And I do feel maybe a part of it was that he was you need to kind of figure this thing out, and we need to make it across the other side. And you are just going to be tired out because you're fighting against all of these demons. I thought initially, I was thinking I was just fighting, the demons from where I came from. And I realized I'm fighting way more than demons than that. I'm scared to think, actually. I don't want to know ever how many demons I've really been up against in all this time, because I think it would floor me to see the sheer number. because everything that I'm saying, like, if the people wake up, it's over for the kingdom of darkness. Like, literally, we found the problem. We found the answer. We found the answer. We found X. X equals men and women as a team, the way God intended us to be, is required for success of humanity. We found X, ladies and gentlemen. And so why is all of this stuff so important? And it's just the same old thing all the way through, isn't it? Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? Yeah, earlier today, I was listening to this, what is it called? Explanation about Judas Iscariot, and the person who was giving the teaching, right? Because this is what I'm now understanding is the thing that's deciphering some of us believers, right? That the difference between Judas, what Judas said and what the other disciples said, apparently, I haven't double checked it for myself. And to be honest, guys, I'm really too tired right now to go and start flicking through my Bible. So please go and check it for yourself and do your own due diligence. I've done more than enough work on behalf of everyone. And honestly, I need some help. Like, that's the other thing I had to realize in the last couple of years. Like, God told me a couple of years ago, he's like, you're not going to be able to do this all alone forever. And I was just like, you're going to have relationships eventually. And I was just like, really, what's the point? Because no one's going to believe me anyway. And everyone's going to, But anyway, he was saying how it's interesting that Judas, when Jesus had told them, one of you here is going to betray me, that Jesus had asked, Jesus had said to, they had all said in response, I'm getting distracted. They had all said in response, like 11 of them had said, like, is it I, Lord? And Judas had said, is it I, Rabbi? Apparently. And it's these little slights. This I'm telling you guys, I've noticed that it's always these little small things that we miss that are so key in this life. Just like with Eve and how what the snake really meant. Like, no, you're not going to die right now, but you are going to die eternally, which is what God was actually talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's these slight little bits of words that are catastrophic for us as humans, because the difference between Judas calling Jesus the rabbi versus the teacher, right? The rabbi versus the Lord, is it shows the relationship and revelation that he had. The other disciples received Christ as Lord and believed him to be God. Judas, at this point, and this actually gives a whole new viewpoint of Judas as well for me, and for all of us it should. Judas probably thought of him as like a good teacher. This guy knows some stuff, he's wise. So Judas probably didn't even realize how severe what he was doing was genuinely until after the fact. Because people wonder, like, how could you betray Jesus? How could you spend all this time around Jesus and be getting it wrong? This is exactly what I used to think in the church. How have we spent this amount of time? How is it all of these things happening? Why does the Bible say the harvest is plenty, the laborers are few? These are the questions I've been asking the Lord. How is these things happening? How do we have all these churches, all these church services and all these this, and we're still in destruction? And this is the distinction I'm now getting. Because the only thing I've had this entire time has been my relationship with the Lord. And it's still the only thing I have. My entire life is a relationship with the Lord. Now, obviously, I'm forming new relationships and stuff. So that's fun. And you guys are obviously literally the gift from heaven. When I tell you guys, I'm sure the more you guys are hearing about what all the stuff, you're starting to realize why this channel means so much to me. And again, it's one of those things where people don't get it when they ask me, like, about what am I, when they want to know what I'm passionate about, and I start talking about YouTube, everyone kind of just shuts off. And I'm like, you don't understand how much these people mean to me and how important I feel like the work I'm doing over there is, because of course nobody does. Because again, a lot of people in the body of Christ don't really have a relationship with the Lord. They just see him as a great teacher, or the Lord is God, is whatever. And so if Judas had realized who he was dealing with, do you think he would have paid for Jesus's death? Do you think he would have? No, probably not. And that's why, what did he do as soon as he realized after the fact? He took his own life. He took his own life. Let's talk about the people in the Bible that take their own lives. Saul took his own life. Or was it Solomon? It was Saul. Was it Solomon? I don't know about how Solomon died. Saul. Oh yeah, no, it was Saul, because he fell on his own sword. Elijah prayed to the Lord to die, and obviously the Lord wasn't going to let that happen. Like with me, asking the Lord every day, 10 times, 20 times a day. When I was a child, I used to say all the time, Lord, take me now. And it's something that my mum used to laugh about, because she was thinking of being dramatic. I was being dead serious. Lord, take me now. The amount of times I've said that prayer. And I feel like it's like, just like Elijah, he's tired. He comes to the Lord. He gets there, right? He's prayed to the angels. He's still waiting. He's waiting. It's been 21 days. He's waiting. He's asking the Lord to let him die. And God's like, here's some food, take a nap. Here's some food, take a nap. He didn't say to him, and this is what I love about God and why our relationship is so different. And like just the things that Christians say sometimes, I'm just like, you just don't get it. You just don't have that relationship, I don't think, that you think you want to have. Because like because God got it. So many times people just wanted me to shove that under the carpet. And actually saying it out loud is when everything finally changed. When I finally just owned it, even though people didn't like me saying it. But with the Lord, it was like we were able to address it. I was able to say, Lord, help me to have a will to live. Help me to this. Help me to this. Where is my will to live? How do people have a will to live? I don't understand where people got this will to live from. I feel like some of these feelings I'm feeling at the moment, I think this is what people must have been feeling all along. I don't know. I'm not liking it. It's really severely uncomfortable. It's almost like I've got like this like nauseous feeling in my body all of a sudden. Right. But yeah, God. And then what happened with Elijah when in all of this? The angel, one of the archangels, I believe it was was it Michael or was it Michael or Raphael? Anyways, one of them, the big dogs had to come. Why? Because they were dealing with the big dog. They were like, sorry, I had to deal with the Prince of Persia, a principality. I had to deal with a principality on my way here. This is why it took me so long. What do you mean? And to me, that's insane, because I know we can just pray demons out like this. And that's as humans. So what more the angels? They're the ones who already, that's their whole spiel, is being in the spiritual world. What do you mean it took a while? What kind of thing were you up against? And whatever that thing was the thing that was also having its effect over what Elijah was going through. And it was exhausting for him. And meanwhile, everybody else is just existing mindless. Why? Because you're not a threat to the kingdom of darkness. You're not a threat to nothing. In fact, you're the greatest, most obedient slaves. You know, so yeah, guys, I'm tired. I don't know. Well, I have a lot of new, exciting things coming up, and I'm praying the Lord is going to give me supernatural rest. Like I'll just wake up and like just actually feel as though like I've actually been sleeping for the past 20 years. Because I also didn't used to sleep when I was a kid either. Like I just didn't really ever sleep. I didn't ever really sleep. I don't really eat even, and I just don't, because I try to sleep and I can't. I eat food and it just feels horrible in my body because I hate the feeling of it. It's like, I don't know. I love cooking, but I don't really like eating, to be honest with you. And again, I look at people in the world and it's like, of course you people enjoy feeding your flesh. I've been doing everything to fight in the spirit. So, you know, I've had to find a different energy source. Because, listen, when the Bible says man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God, that's what he is talking about. When he's saying, when you drink to that woman who had 5 husbands, supposedly, right? He's like, you've had 5 husbands before, 4 husbands, and this is your 5th, and he's not even your husband, which we won't get into that conversation today. But I have so much to say about what I think he means by saying that. Again, to do with if you guys want to really know what I have to say about this marriage thing, can I be honest? I feel like this paper thing that we do, that we consider to be what we consider as married, isn't what it is. You guys, can I just tell you? I'll tell you that now. So, what do I think it is? Well, we have to stay tuned for when the day I decide that I'm prepared to explain what I think. But anywho, when Jesus was there with the woman, he's like, can you get me some water? The water that I can give you is the living water, the water of life. And that's why I was crying this morning, because I was thinking, I'm really truly alive. I've begged the Lord to die for so long. I'm truly alive because Jesus truly died so that I could live and that I would live. So that no matter what I came up against in this life and no matter what I did or didn't have, the moment I received him, I received life. And that's what I realized, because the last ever time I tried to take my own life, I laugh about it now, but it's not funny. After the fact, I realized, you know what, I'm just going to give up because it looks like the Lord isn't going to let me die then. And I kind of laugh about it now because it's just like, it's ironic. He's like, you think that's going to happen? I almost found it to be cruel, I'm not going to lie. So months ago, I felt like it was cruel because I was like, God, this is cruel. I hate it here and I have to stay here. That's not even fair. Other people got to manage to get the job done, like Saul and fucking Judas. But again, you see, so I'm realizing that some of this stuff that we've all been experiencing is oh my gosh, as a result, my eyes are so tired. Hold on, bear me a second. And you might be thinking, by the way, that I should just go and rest instead of being on here making videos. But guys, there's no point. Because my issues with my resting and everything are in a different realm, and apparently out of my depth at the moment, according to the video I made the other day. But yeah, I'm realizing that so many of the issues we're having in the body of Christ is because there's really few people that actually know the Lord. There's a lot of Judases, and it's funny again how we as Christians, we love to go and to call these names of people in the Bible, but then you do this the same damn thing I was trying to say. You're calling Judas, who he betrayed the Lord. You betrayed the Lord. Anyways, we all betray the Lord every day. And that's another reason why I cried about Jesus again today. But also, do you really know God as your Lord? And do you really believe it? Because this is my questions to the Lord these years have been, God, I can't just be in this relationship with you and my life looks exactly the same like the rest of the world. So what do I need to do? This is why I'm putting all my faith into him, because I'm like, God, what do I need to do? Because I don't want to live like the world. I don't want to be like other Christians who just are living with the same problems, the same damn bills to pay, the same damn everything. If we're supposed to be in a different kingdom, how do we get back there? Right? And what are we busy doing as Christians? Walking around in pride, like, oh, when I get to heaven, I'm going to talk to Eve. You are Eve. Doubting Thomas. You are Doubting Thomas. You are Judas Iscariot. You are Judas. How many people would sell out? Like, because I've experienced it myself. It's like, wow, people have sold me out for their own personal gain. And at some point, they're going to realize that I was the one that they should have actually dedicated themselves to. So yeah, it's so real. And like, there's a part of me that, like, now that it's finally real, how real all of this stuff is, a big, huge part of me kind of just, again, wants it all to be over because it's scary. And also I don't want to lose it. And I don't, and I'm exhausted as well. Like, I've just said to the God, like, God, please, can we get to the stage where this battle isn't so insane? You know what I mean? I mean, I know I'm the captain of the winning team, so I would have to be the one, with all this, that's what's crazy, I didn't even want to, like, do anything involving any type of leading people or guiding people because I was fearful of, not being able to do a good job. It's the same reason I didn't want to be a parent. It's not because I hate kids. And honestly, genuinely, I just didn't want to ruin them. I don't want to ruin them. I care a lot about people. I take my responsibilities very seriously, so the Lord giving me responsibilities again was really annoying because I was like, God, I was loving having no responsibilities. Not no responsibilities, but not being responsible for anyone or anything. And now I'm overwhelmed again because I feel bad because I'm kind of failing all the people who are getting to know me now, but it's like because like even my phone right now, I can't even look at WhatsApp for the life of me right now because it's giving me a headache. There's just too many messages. And there's like a couple of people that I would like to speak to, but the problem is it's the whole app itself. And I always knew I'd hate WhatsApp. Excuse me. So there's some people I'd like to speak to, but I'm just so tired and overwhelmed by it all, you know? And so that's why I came on here to just talk to you guys, because I just needed a bit of, I needed to just get this off my chest, you know? And again, because it's YouTube, it's kind of like I can talk for as long as I want, if I want, when I want. So when I do feel like up to it, I can do it, even if I'm just about holding on, which is why you guys always see me coming on here disheveled as anything, because I'm like, even though I'm going through it, I gotta tell the people what they need to know. And it's like the one thing that keeps me going. Like I said, it's the one thing where I feel like I'm doing something meaningful. I'm actually making a difference. Not my job where I'm contributing to the indoctrination camps. You know what I mean? Or not like, you know, a lot of other things where people might think, oh, that's so valuable. No, it's not. Actually, the most valuable thing I've done is this channel at this point. And I mean, for that, I'm proud of myself, especially because when I started, I remember I was so depressed. Like I literally used to, at the very, very start, right before I started working again, at the very, very start, I used to literally just keep all the curtains closed and stay in the dark the entire day in bed. And then the only time I would come out from bed is to pop up to talk to you guys in the beginning. That's how it all started. That was it. And I would never want to be out of the dark. I actually found the sunlight offensive. And I kind of still do, because I'm like, it seems almost cruel, I feel like, to have something so beautiful shining down on you when you're going through so much pain, and this place is like hell. Like this place is truly like hell. So to like have the sunshine, I'm not thinking, oh, what a beautiful day. I'm thinking, oh, we have to deal with that, or also dealing with the flames around us everywhere, and all the wolves and the wolves in sheep's clothing and the friggin' serpents and all sorts. You know what I mean? It's not fun. It's not like, oh, yay, I'm grateful. I'm just overwhelmed, like overstimulated, if anything, like one thing at a time. And like, who am I talking to saying that? But you get what I'm saying? And so, yeah. I'm just going to have faith again that, you know, the Lord is going to make this whole everything worthwhile. But I do genuinely, guys, I just want to have a break. That's why when the Lord was talking to me about all this stuff and everyone's like, wow, you have all these opportunities, you should take advantage of your opportunities. I'm like, having the energy to do these things is a luxury. You know, having the energy to do these things is a luxury. It's not that I'm not grateful for them. It's not that I'm not, you know, grateful for the people in my life. I'm just like, I don't have the energy. And I knew I wouldn't. That's why I was like, God, why would you do all this stuff when I'm still in this state? Because now I'm just going to turn out to be a bad friend, and I'm going to turn out to be a bad this and a bad that. Because even my friend said, she's like, you know, she said this to me. She's like, you know, if you want to have friends, this isn't the way to go about it. And I was like, this is why I never say that I want to have friends. And no, she wasn't saying that like in an argumentative sense, but we were just talking. I was telling her about me, you know, we were talking about me being trash at communication. And she was like, you know, that's not the way to go about it. But I'm like, it's not about want. But I get that to everybody else, it seems that simple. To everyone, it literally seems so simple that if I wanted to, I just could. Because again, a lot of other people go, because you're not the ones under the spiritual battle or the spiritual war. You're coasting on by. So of course you wake up in the morning feeling energized and going about your day and whatever. Oh my gosh. I'm so tired, but I just won't go to sleep. That's the thing. Oh, it's really annoying. But anyway, you guys, yeah, just wanted to pop in just to say I made it, but like, damn. damn. And like, if this is all real and it's really being as bad as I've thought it's been, because I'm like, God, and why am I suffering so much? Like, am I being over dramatic? Because everybody's just living like this. Like, is it just me I just thought maybe I wasn't tough enough. Honestly, I'm not tough enough. I'm not strong enough. And that was the problem in a way, but it was almost something that helped me, is that I always felt like I had to learn how to dig deeper and have a greater capacity to endure things. So just focus on endurance. And in a weird way, that's kind of is why I have such a great capacity and a lot of patience and things for people, because I've just had to keep pushing and then digging deeper and then digging deeper and then digging deeper and then constantly feeling like I'm at the edge of dying. I'm at the edge of dying. I'm at the edge of dying. I'm just tired. And I'm just going to try keep going. And I just about make it to the next stage, then to the next stage. It literally feels like drowning. And like, I feel like in this being coming on YouTube to see you guys, it's like literally being drowning and then coming up for air. And this is always me coming up for air. That's why I come and make the videos even when I'm tired and whatever, because I'm like, this is coming up for air for me. You know what I mean? Because afterwards I'm going to be drowning. So we'll see where it goes. I do have important things to do coming up, and I'm feeling a bit guilty today, but I had to just say, you know what, because there's people I haven't gotten back to. I feel bad for how I've been with the Bible study ladies. I haven't been as proactive as I'd like to be, and I've been a bit all over the place. But then I also have to give myself the grace as well, myself, that like, dude, you are going through a lot of things, and like, this isn't even all the things. Oh my gosh, what is this pain in my side? Yeah, we don't know this, but I haven't even, I'm going through just so many things where I'm just like, it's a miracle. When the sun starts to set and I made it through the day, I'm like, oh my gosh, somehow I did it. Somehow I made it through the day. Somehow. Because usually, even by 9:30 this morning, oh yeah, I was already exhausted. And I was thinking, this can't work for me to do anything meaningful, Lord. Like, seriously, if you really mean all these things you want to do with me, we're going to have to figure this thing out, because this can't work. I can't be waking up tired. Oh my gosh, I can't be doing everything on 3% battery constantly and then getting to zero and to getting to near zero and my phone almost dying, and then it's like coming back up to 3 and then it's getting to near zero and then it's almost dying and then it's no. So yeah, for any of you guys out there who know me, I just want to say that I apologize for being a horrific friend at the moment, or whatever, family member, whatever, but I just haven't had it, the time, well, yeah, and the energy, and I still don't have it, and I'm just praying the Lord will help me out. Oh my gosh, here we go again. I'm so tired. Just what I'm saying, guys. I think it's because it's all the tiredness from going to Italy is kicking in, so it's like my body's realizing now, that okay, she's taking a bit of because I'm taking a couple of days break before I have something else I'm going to do, and I think my body's going like, oh, so now she's taking a breather. Now let's try and and I'm just like, oh, it's too much. But anywho, you guys, I'm gonna go. I have to go. I don't have to go, but I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna just stop talking now. The funny thing is, the one thing that actually does make me tired is actually making videos, and I feel like it's because it's the only time I feel I'm getting to use my brain effectively. And basically for everything else, like including even my job, my job is just so easy for me. Like, it's the easiest thing ever. I could literally do it with my eyes closed, upside down, hanging backwards off the Burj Khalifa. Literally. So anyway, if life is a game, let's play to win. Thank you guys so much for your patience. And yeah, I am really truly sorry, but I just felt like, and I wanted to just come on here. I'm trying not to do this thing that I always do of just like, shutting up, bossing up, standing up, and just figuring it out and trying to just like pull myself together and just be tough on myself. Like, just get it together, just get in line. Like, don't make excuses. Dig deeper, dig deeper, dig deeper, dig deeper, dig deeper every time. And it's like, okay, in this season, I'm learning I don't have to dig so deep. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to dig so deep. I can just be as a human as well, and just tell people that this is where I'm at and this is what I can handle, And I'm sorry if it's not good enough, and you're probably right that it's not, but this is all I have to give. When I say to you guys in my videos, I have nothing left to give, I have nothing left to give. So I'm just allowing things to begin in faith from the Lord that, you know, things are going to change, or that they are changing. Otherwise, I honestly don't know how I'm going to have the energy I need in this season. Anywho, and for the things coming up for the rest of this year. If life's a game, let's play to win. God bless you all. God loves you. I love you. And I'll see you.